Hey YouTube friends, I'm a dad of two kiddos. Being a dad is not easy. That's why I wanted to start this podcast to help other dads. Grab a drink and enjoy the show. Thank you. All right. Hey YouTube daddies and lurking moms. Today we're going to have a good one. We have my cousin Sean. Sean, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your kiddos?
My name's Sean. I'm a single dad. I do have two kids, a 4 and a 5-year-old. My 5-year-old has struggled with some speech problems and autism.
Okay.
I do own my own business, and I'm a painter by trade and a dad by day. You know?
All right. What do your kids like to do?
They're right now, because of myself and what I'm into, my kids like to skateboard, bicycle ride.
No way.
Yeah, I'm getting them into fishing.
Okay.
A lot of outdoor stuff, camping. They obviously are like every other kid, and they have, tech time and tablet. I try to restrict it a lot.
Oh.
5-year-old is more on the tablet. My 6-year-old is autistic, so she's like the one that would prefer to draw and
Oh, no way.
like do art. So
She's big into art?
oh, huge.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's an
that's
artist. Yeah.
Okay.
cool.
Later you're gonna have to show me some stuff.
Oh yeah, I want to get like some of her art tattooed on me eventually.
Dude,
I don't
I've
have
seen
any
that.
tattoos, but
I've seen kids draw, and like the parents get that same drawing,
yeah,
like to scale. Hey, it looks like this. That's exactly what I want.
that's the plan.
Heck yeah! All right, let's start this. So I have a couple quotes, and just want to see what you think of. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. You want to know why I win? Because even at my lowest, I've lifted others up.
Yep. I mean, I can relate with that.
And that's why I chose this, dude,
Yeah.
because it reminded me of you.
Yeah, because
Like,
go ahead.
no, this is about you.
Yeah. I know. I've always been, or I felt, or I don't know for sure, but I've always felt like I was an uplifting person, and I've always tried to bring people around me up.
Yeah, you have that energy. You have that energy and that aura of like lifting people up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is a perfect quote for Sean.
Yeah. And it does help you. Maybe not in that very moment, but I know I've like looked back at things I've said to my friends, especially like my friends that are new dads and,
Okay.
or going through stuff that I've already experienced. And I'm like, I say it's so easy to you, but practicing is different.
Oh, yeah.
But having had like that relief of like, oh, I was able to help, so and so through this moment, and then I'm facing that moment, down the road.
Yeah.
And then I could like, I could reflect and like, oh, you know what? I need to take my own advice. I had told Junior, I told
you always tell people this.
Yeah,
Maybe I should apply it though.
Exactly. So like it helps, and
Yeah.
also just, brings me joy, naturally just helping other people, seeing people win,
I feel like that's totally you. Always helping people, and yeah, just like you said, just watching them win.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next one. Behind my obsession to be better every day is a kid who realized no one was coming to save him.
Absolutely. Yep. That explains the reason why I'm the type of father that I am. Not to say anything bad about my father, because my dad's great.
Yeah.
And I had an extremely good stepdad as well.
Okay.
Who's obviously he's not in the picture anymore, and things have happened, but a lot of that emotional attachment that I how would you say, like, desired from my dad,
Okay.
that I like had seen, like relatives, like, for instance, you and my tío Edo, or like the boys and my tío Ramiro, and like it's just a different bond,
Okay.
like right now, for instance, just as a small example, I don't want to get too into it. Like if I was like in a life-threatening emergency, or like it would take me a lot to call my dad.
Mm.
It would be like all of the resorts, and then like
And then that.
I would have to, like,
Okay.
and it's not anything against my dad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's more just the way our relationship has like naturally grown due to the circumstances,
Okay.
But that is what makes me be the dad I am today. Everything I lacked, everything I didn't have, the love I wanted from a dad,
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mom was great too, but
Yeah.
then that instantly when I had my kids, I knew like as soon as I'm a dad, I'm gonna give them everything I wanted, and not material wise.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like
I think it's a good topic that you talk about that because like a lot of people say, "Oh, I want my kids to have what I never had." And a big portion of that is like materialistic stuff like,
mhm,
"Oh, I didn't have a computer growing up. I want to make sure my kid has a computer." No, 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 no. It's more like, "Hey, I want to give I felt some love from my parents, but I want to give them more."
exactly.
I had my parents show up to a few events, but I want to be there more.
Yeah.
And it's realizing, hey, how can I be that better dad?
Yeah. And like on that topic, you know, a big part of why I never like got extremely into sports, or like I never fully submerged myself into like wrestling or like the things I was into, was because I had no one in the crowd watching me, you know?
No
'Cause,
way.
like, yeah, I was like take the school bus to tournaments by myself, and then have to
Uh,
ride the school bus back. Like,
while the other
yeah, all
kids
the other
left with
kids,
their
yeah,
parents.
went to go have dinner and like, you
Uh,
know, and I was like, what's the fun in this? You
it's
know?
not as
Yeah,
excited.
exactly. You
The
know?
wrestling was only half of it,
Yeah, yeah,
or the
exactly.
sport was only half of it.
Yeah. And like having that support was a
Ooh,
lot that,
dude, that's tough.
yeah, exactly. It was just what but that taught me, like, instead of being like, oh, I never had a dad, so I'm just gonna be like a horrible dad to my kids.
Hmm.
Instead, I thought like I never had a dad, so I'm gonna give my kids
What I
all
did.
that love I desired and I wanted, you know, and
Mm,
that bond, hopefully, and trust.
yeah.
Like if my kids get in trouble, I don't want them to think like I have to hide this from dad.
Hmm.
I want them to be like, Dad's gonna help me figure this out. You
What's it
know,
like having two girls?
it's awesome. But if you could recall, I grew up with nothing but women. So I had, you know, my
Sisters?
three
Well, yeah,
stepsisters, and then I had, you know, my mom,
yeah.
Madison, and I had my brother, you know, which obviously was like that was my boy, you know, my you know, like it was like, oh, it was, you know,
But that was later.
very much so later. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, a good portion of my life was all women.
it was all women. I never thought about that.
Yeah. I just feel like in the best way, you know, Jesus has blessed me with women.
Two beautiful girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I remember, I mean, just a little bit ago, you're like, dude, I can't imagine with two crazy boys because you saw my boys. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what it's like to have two little girls. I always see the memes of like a mom with two boys, like, and it's just hectic. And you see the mom walking with her two girls, and it's like just pretty girls walking. Is
It's
that how
the
it is or no?
opposite. Well, I guess like in a sense you're a product of your environment.
Okay.
Like, and I'm not a wild person, but like I do like adrenaline and
Yeah, yeah.
sports,
Oh,
and
definitely.
I also like to let my daughters have fun, and like I had a half pipe in my backyard at my old house. So it's like, you guys are gonna learn to drop in. You guys are gonna learn how to ride the half pipe,
Dude, that still scares me.
and honestly, I never really like you have to. I was
Okay.
like, if you want to learn, they would watch me skate, and
Yeah.
they'd be like, oh, I want to skate, and like, you know, little by little they grew the desire. And now my older one, the one with autism, she's really good at skateboarding.
No
Like she
way.
could push and ride all on her own, go down little like small slopes, and like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, she's still not like extremely advanced, but she enjoys just the riding of the board, you know, and cruising. And hopefully that like maybe turns into doing tricks later, and you know, I'll let it grow organically. You know,
But she's enjoying it.
she's enjoying it exactly.
Does the older one enjoy it?
That's the one I'm talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
The
What
older
about
one.
the younger one?
The younger one's still like into biking a lot right now.
Okay.
She's like, oh, I want to ride my bike.
Okay.
I think
Well,
it's a
you're
little
big
easier.
into bike too. What do you do?
Yeah, I have. So I take them both,
Okay.
bike and skateboarding,
Um,
and I try to rotate to make it fair for them both. I'm like, okay, we could go one day skate park, and then one day we'll go to the trail. You know, like today's
okay.
Margot's day, we're gonna go to the trail. We all got to ride bikes, and then like, you know, next weekend is Marina's day. We're gonna go to the skate park, and then you know go to the splash pad after. You know, like
Okay.
try to make it fair
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
sense. You know,
like to make sure that they enjoy what they really like to do.
Yeah, and then I don't want
One,
neither one to feel favored,
no, of course not.
No,
No,
so
of
I'm
course
like,
not.
okay, we
Today
got
we're doing this.
hmm
Tomorrow we're doing that.
Yep, exactly.
And then when do you do your, what do you call it? The
Bike polo.
your bike polo.
I usually play bike polo in the evenings. So
Okay.
like, luckily now that my mom is living with me,
Uh-huh.
she's able to help me with them,
Okay.
which is it's been great. But Sundays is daytime bike polo, so I take them with me.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
They like watching you?
Oh yeah. They have I made them little mallet, or like the a few people on my club in Austin. They made them mallets. So like they have little mallets for their bikes that they
And
can
they
go
try it?
practice. Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, we got like a picture. I think one of them posted it on the Austin social media, the Austin Bike Polo Club.
Dude, send it to me.
Yeah, and it's like they're lined up with the big guys. With
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's super cute. In the bike polo community, I mean, a lot of people are not familiar with it, but it's a very open community. So like they see that I'm a dad, and they're not like, oh, you can't play because you have to take care of your kids. Like instantly, it's like, oh, I'll watch one, and obviously, while I'm on the court, I'm always keeping an eye on them because it's not like a serious tournament. It's more practice.
But they're willing to hang out with the kiddos
yeah.
while it's your turn.
And then most of the time when I'm on the court, the girls want to be there cheering.
Watching.
Yeah, cheering.
Oh.
Dad. So like, it's helpful. I have the community there, making sure that they're good and they got my back with the girls being safe. But then the girls also just enjoy like watching me be on the court, and it's like a win-win.
So you went to Austin. Well, you went to Texas
Yeah.
from California. How was that move?
It was big.
It's huge.
Big. Especially when I originally planned on going, my mom wasn't moving with me.
Okay.
So it was like
Just you.
me and my two daughters in our car and trailer, and we just drove to Texas, dude. Like, it was big, man.
How did they adjust?
They absolutely loved it.
No way.
Yeah, instantly. Like, our front yard was full of cats and ducks. Like, because the old people, I was telling you earlier, like, our old people that lived in our house prior to us, when they moved out, they left all their cats.
Oh.
So there was like, I think like roughly like 14. There's 16 cats total, but I believe 2 belong to one of the other neighbors.
Okay.
So there was like 14 cats.
You moved in with 14 cats?
Yeah, just abandoned at the house.
The outside, obviously?
Yeah, they're all outside.
Do they
cats.
try to come in?
One of them comes in through the doggy door, but we've kind of more adopted her.
Okay.
Yeah, so now like I've taught her how to come in and out through the doggy door.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Well, where did the ducks come from?
Our town in Texas, we live in a suburb of Austin. It's called Taylor.
Uh-huh.
It's like duck central.
No
There's
way.
just hundreds of ducks all through the town.
Are they like aggressive?
No, not at all. I'm not afraid, especially like because like growing up with Tia Sara and the boys,
They always had animals.
Animals.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we'd pick up the chickens. And
Yeah.
I remember like the first time we were like in San Francisco or something, we're like picking up pigeons in the middle of the. People are like, "What are these kids doing?"
Oh, it's fine. We're used to it.
Yeah, like my daughters are like that too now. They're like, my daughter's like, "I want to get the duck." She's
Oh,
like
no
chasing the
way.
duck. We're like,
Oh, that's cute.
but I'm also super like cautious about it.
No, of course.
Like don't go for the big ducks and like wash your hands and like obviously normal parent stuff.
Yeah.
Normal dad stuff, if you will.
What's been your biggest struggle as being a single parent?
I think, well, there's, it's probably like 2 parts for me on this one because, one of them is filling the void, not necessarily the void, but like the position and like the emotional space and like the physical space of what it is to actually be a parent. Like,
Okay.
so like I kind of mentioned earlier, like as a single parent, like enrolling them in school, doing their insurance and like doing the necessities that you normally would have like a partner to help you with,
Gotcha.
And then like on the second part, it's more like their actual emotions and like with, when they ask me or when they, want to do girly stuff like, oh, dad, we want to paint our nails. Like, it's not that it's hard for me, but it's just like, okay, I'll paint them for you. But like normally you have like the mother figure or like the woman figure,
Mhm.
So like more than anything, I guess it's more like emotional, like it just becomes hard emotionally to feel that not that I'm not used to it because I grew up in a house of women. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, I could paint nails. Trust me,
Bro, you used to
Bless
be
my
all
mom.
emo. You used to paint your
Yeah, dude,
nails.
you already know. And then my mom owned a salon, so I grew up in a beauty salon. You
Yeah.
know, like, well, similar to you, your mom cut hair, but my mom did nails, and like when I got out of school, I went to the salon. So like, it's not that it's hard physically, but like I said, mentally, I'm like, it's challenging.
Do you feel like you've become more emotional?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you ever fight your emotions?
No, not necessarily. I feel like for me, the key part of being a dad is like diving into fatherhood, like my heart first,
Oh,
you know,
dang.
and that's I think like a essential part of where,
The struggling.
yeah, well, not I get it could be like a struggles, you know, with emotions wise, but it's easier for me to put my emotions aside because I know my daughter's emotions are more valid, like not more valid than mine, but they mean more to me. I don't know if I'm like not
No,
making
I get it.
sense, but
100%.
you know, so like it's like okay, I could be hurt in this moment, but the excitement of my daughter having her nails painted or like, you know, going to get a pedicure or a haircut at the beauty salon and like yeah, it does hurt me a little bit, but then seeing them joyful and happy
You
over it,
forget about
yeah,
everything else.
absolutely, it goes away.
Yeah, everything
You
goes
know,
away
yeah, I'm like,
once you
well,
see their joy.
yeah, exactly. So that's where it's like a kind of a little bit of a struggle where I have to definitely put them first, no matter
Mhm.
what, you know.
And going back to the original thought of like enrolling them in school, insurance, special programs, that's a lot.
Yeah,
How do you balance it?
I just prioritize them over anything, and I know that like with my faith in Jesus and like trying to follow, you know, not only like my life but building my company and building my family and all that through like the word of God and
Mhm.
knowing that, you know, maybe I will miss a job to be there for my daughters, but I know that there's going to be something that's going to come fill that. And I know that God's got my back,
Oh yeah.
you know, and it's like right now my priority is my kids.
Mm.
And yeah, obviously I have to pay the bills for them,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, but like it's definitely a hard balance.
yeah.
It's definitely a hard balance. And I think, I know other single fathers could probably relate, you know, that have, or even fathers that are just like tend to be more present,
Mhm.
you know, because you don't necessarily have to be a single father.
No,
There's
of
stay at
course not.
home dads,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
know, like there's,
And in a lot of other episodes, my big thing right now is this is a new generation of dads that do a lot.
yeah,
Like they want to be present.
exactly.
And it makes me happy. It makes me very happy because obviously we grew up in a different time and we're not here to bash dads, but we're here to talk about how awesome this new generation is. Um, I love it. Everybody, the dads are more present.
Definitely.
And I don't know. I salute you, bro, because you're doing it. You're doing it and all by yourself.
Yeah, it's not easy. Luckily, I got my mom. It's, you know, it does take a village, you know, and I have like some good, pretty good friends that I could always call and, you know, count on just
Mhm.
to like vent or
Uh,
like, you know, just normal stuff that normal humans have to deal with, you know, like
hey, us dads want to be heard too,
exactly.
or we just want to let it out. We just want to talk.
Sometimes you have to.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and luckily the little bit of because I'm not gonna say I'm like having the most resources and I struggle with that and I
Mhm.
isolate myself a lot, you know, due to trying to like prioritize my family or like I think I am, you know, but in the
Mhm.
sense like loving yourself as a dad counts just as much as loving your kids, you
Ooh, I
know,
like
because if
that.
you're not loving yourself, then are you really like trying to be there for like longevity of
Mhm.
your kid's life, you know, like and I'm not just meaning that like physically but mentally as well,
Oh yeah, of course.
you know like yeah, you when being healthy is one thing and exercising eating is one thing, but like finding the things that you enjoy and that bring you like that organic love and joy and
And peace.
peace, exactly, like
Peace
if
is a good
I
one.
don't prioritize that a little bit, then I'm really not prioritizing my kids in a sense, if
Mm.
that makes
No,
sense,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Like I do put their needs obviously, but like if it's like, oh my god, like there's a bike polo tournament or there's your kids play, like I'm definitely gonna be at the play.
I hope
without
so.
a question.
I hope so.
Yeah,
You better send me
exactly.
pictures.
Yeah, for sure. But like, it's little things like that where it's like, I would definitely, no matter what, always gonna put
The
my
girls first.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, in the shortest way possible. Yeah, just put them first.
Yeah, but just how you said it, like the way I've heard it too, which is not how you said it, but like, oh, you have to love yourself first before you love somebody else. But that's not how you said it, but you're like, hey, I got to make sure I'm okay to take care of them too, right?
Yeah,
You can't exhaust yourself completely in a job and then give them nothing.
exactly.
And also your health.
Mm-hmm.
Your health is a big one. You want to be there longer. You want to be there forever, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you have to take care of that too.
Yeah. And like as a business owner and like an ambitious person, like obviously we just talked about, I just moved 1,600 miles away by myself to try to pursue like, just something new,
Yeah.
I do consider myself very ambitious. So like it does take a toll on me, like trying to chase that ambition and trying to be like the best father I could be, the best father in the world, like
you're doing it, bro. You're doing it.
Definitely trying my best.
Hell yeah.
I have my days.
we all do.
Yeah.
We all do.
Where I'm at right now, I absolutely love it.
Good. Good. And how has that helped your kiddos?
They're also, I think, me being a little more joyful and less stressed about my finances has allowed me to like give them the love and attention that I've been wanting to give them, and like not necessarily that I haven't already, but without the anxiety and the stress. And obviously there's still some.
Yeah.
I can't lie and say like, oh, I'm completely stress-free and anxiety-free, because I'm definitely not. But it's like a different type of
well, you're self-employed, and that's a big thing. Like
absolutely.
You're always thinking of the next step.
Yeah, exactly.
But now you were mentioning that things are a little less expensive. Well, a lot less expensive.
Yeah, and that has allowed me the mind span of like bonding with my, I don't know, like,
oh yeah,
bonding and not, like I said, there's still stress involved, obviously,
of course,
but it's just different. And then also, I guess we're getting a little too off topic, but like the Southern comfort and like having nice people around you just makes you happier and like naturally, or at least for me it does.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm obviously like a pretty outgoing, I'm like a somewhat of an extrovert, but I'm also a super introvert. Like I do self-isolate a lot, but when I'm in public, you can't get me to shut up. Yeah, so like I battle with that.
Yeah.
But then like the nice people bring that extrovert out of me. Because I'm like, oh, they're talking to me, and then I'm like, I'm gonna talk to the next person.
I could keep this up.
Yeah, exactly. But then I go home and I'm more joyful.
Oh yeah.
And then it like reflects on the kids, and it reflects on like a quiet dinner, thinking about work and my next job and the schedule, or like a dinner with some cool music and like
just vibing,
I'm singing, happy, and the girls are helping me with sauces and whatever, like it changes the environment 100%.
That's cool. That's a cool feeling.
Yeah. It's hard to explain really, but I feel like that was the best way to try to sum it up.
Yeah. Definitely was. For like kids with autism, how do programs work over there?
We still, the same IEP that we had when my daughter was here, which is like her individual education plan. We transferred it over there.
Okay.
But then they got to analyze her and like, put her with I don't know what the correct term is, but like an aide, someone to help her throughout the day. And then we redid her IEP based off of what they were able to see and like the new environment. And we also added new topics because here in California, for some reason in her SPED, they didn't have like a social studies or science or.
Oh, no way.
It was strictly focused on grammar, just getting her to talk,
Oh, okay.
And like pronouns, like him, her, like all vocabulary, if you will, mainly highlighting vocabulary.
Okay.
And the new IEP program that we just created, it has like social studies and like learning the months and how to tell the time and days of the weeks. And it also has a science topic where she's learning like different species, the environments that they live in.
And how's she doing with this new change?
Right now, we just got an update on her new IEP program, and she's like 97% on track.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, to follow it. And then, that's going to be, it's the IEP program, but it also includes transitioning her to regular school with regular students by the end of second grade.
Mm.
So it's not like a plan to keep her in a sped class,
Oh, okay.
or to hold her back. Like the IEP is the one that we have. I can't speak, for others, but the one we have is developed to transition her into normal learning environment.
Oh, so it sets you up for success.
That's the plan.
Oh,
And
that's
obviously,
cool.
all kids react different.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They learn different like different speeds and stuff. But the plan is to transition her into a normal second grade class in Texas. Which and here in California, I'm not saying that they didn't recommend or like it was never brought up, but like over there in Texas, it was like, or in the school they're in right now, it was like not an option. They're like, okay, we're sending books home, we're sending flashcards home, we're sending everything that you need, Dad, to do your part of the IEP program and to make sure that Marina's on track. And like financially, you don't necessarily have to worry about going and buying these fancy books and going and spending all this money on flashcards.
We got you.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have to do the work too.
Exactly. And that made it a lot easier for me because here in California, I was already trying to do the work, but on the budget I was on, trying
now you need this book.
Yeah, it was like,
how much
another
is this gonna
$40 book, and my water bill's still not paid, that, and that's where I go back to like all the little things that I've added up and just made it feel easier being there.
How do you spend time with your kids independently?
Right now, it's really hard independently because we're like a group, So it's always the three of us.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily, or I haven't, I should, to be completely honest, I haven't been like, Mom, watch Marina while I take Margot. Before, when I was with my partner, we would have like days where she would take one and I would take one. Obviously, they were much younger.
Yeah.
2 and 3 years old or whatever. But as of right now, I think what we do to balance it in our situation is we do like days. Like, okay, this day is going to be like Saturday, we're going to do Marina's favorite things, or even half days, like we're going to start with Marina's favorite thing and then we're going to end it with Margot's favorite thing. That's how I really do spend that time with them, but it's not individual, but I do try to put like a hyper focus for a period of time
just for
one and then transition that hyper focus
to
the other while including all of us as a group. And they've learned that's how I do it, so they'll know like for instance, and then luckily Margot, my youngest, she understands that Marina is autistic. She doesn't fully understand that
she picks it up though,
but she picks up that Marina is a little bit different.
Oh, no way.
So she helps me a lot with that. Like if Marina's like, no, I want to do this, and like she'll go into like a small episode or whatever.
Yeah.
Margot is very quick to be like, it's okay, Dad, we could go to the park. Like,
let's go to the park first.
Yeah. Like, let's go do what Marina wants to do, and then after we'll go to the skate park. Deal? And like we have like a deal where we always make deals. So we always shake each other's hand. We're like, deal? All right, deal.
Straight hustlers.
Yeah, dude.
So your youngest understands the difference.
Yeah, and she helps with the transitioning, and even to go like further into like that, she'll understand words I don't understand. And then it also will help me like understand what my oldest is trying to come across, or like in the middle of an episode when.
Are they able to communicate?
Oh yeah.
Do they have their own language?
No, they just understand the pronunciation of the words that they're trying to say. I don't know how, but Margot will be like, "No, Dad, she's trying to say she wants to go play basketball." I'm like, where did that
How did you get that?
And then I'll ask Marina, like, "You want to go play basketball?" Yeah. I'm like, thank you, Margot. I never would have figured that out.
That's funny. Okay, so last week I interviewed one of my friends, right? And he has twins. And one of them has autism. And he talks exactly the same thing. Like, sometimes I need the other kid to translate for me, or just to understand, just to send the message.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's true.
It's really true. Yeah. That's cool.
It's and I don't know in like all cases, but like for the autism kids and the fact that like they're not twins, but they're really close.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're 15 months apart.
They're
And
practically twins,
yeah,
man.
they're growing up kind of like twins, you know. So they do have a really strong bond,
Mm.
and like they sense when each one of them is like not or like lacking or not coming through or like, and they're able to feel that. I don't know if that makes sense, you know, but like even Marina will help me with sometimes with Margot, you know, like, oh, Margot's throwing a fit. I don't know exactly what's going on, and I'm trying to give her options like, is this what you're asking for? Is this what you need, mama? Is like, and then Marina will be like, Dad, this is what she wants.
Here.
Yeah, like, oh, I didn't understand, you know. So it goes both ways.
Okay.
It's not just for like my autistic daughter, you know.
Yeah.
There's times where she helps me with Margot too, you know.
Oh, really?
In different manners, you know.
Okay.
Like, cause more with understanding Marina and having Margot translate is like like translator.
Okay.
But when Margot like throws a fit, Marina just understands like how to give her the love or like the coping or the doll or I don't, you know, it's different. It's hard to explain on, you know, in person until you physically see it and you're like, wow, she's got her back too. You know?
no
Like,
way.
just because she's autistic, it doesn't mean that she doesn't feel the love or
No, of
the
course not.
companionship or
Yeah.
like the attachment to her sister. And like she definitely they're both just a huge blessing in helping me raise them. Not to say that in a bad way,
No,
but
no.
you know, like,
But in a sense, they are helping.
yeah, exactly.
And it's funny because each one helps you with the other one.
Yep.
In their own separate ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now that we're on the topic of autism, what's been your hardest struggle?
For a long time, I felt like it was my fault. And then for like another period of time, I felt like it was like the medication's fault and like things that, like vaccines and things
Okay.
that we're giving her.
Uh-huh.
You know, like I slowly educated myself and like kind of learned that although we don't have like all the research to prove that either one of them is true,
Gotcha.
it's like a natural thing that does happen, you know, like
Okay.
at a certain age, you know, like kids develop.
Can happen.
Yeah, exactly. So, because when Marina was younger, she started talking and like, she was like, I don't want to say like an abnormal or normal because she's still a normal baby, but she was developing with what like the society development says like a baby
Okay.
should develop. You know, like
Gotcha.
like a normal baby. Yeah, I hate to use that word, you know, because
She was meeting her milestones.
There you go. Thank you. That's the perfect way to put it. But yeah, she was meeting all her milestones. And then like 2 years old, 3 years old, like everything just changed.
Mm-hmm.
Completely changed. Completely nonverbal. No form of communication. That's why that's why a lot of it was like, okay, at first was like, did I not do what I needed to as a parent? Like, was I not talking to her? Or was I not like reading to her enough? Or what, like 1,000 things are running across my mind. And then I'm like, was it the vaccines? Was I giving her all these shots? And like, you see all the propaganda and like, I don't know how to call it correctly, but you see like the different stuff that comes on like social media about vaccines and how they're bad and how they cause all these different things. So it's like, oh, did I give her vaccines that like damaged her? And then like actually a friend of mine had reached out one day because I had like struggling with that and like, what could it be that I did?
You were blaming
And-
yourself.
Yeah. And then she was like, no, it's nothing that you did. It's like a natural thing that occurs, and like put it a little more in depth for me and like explained it a little deeper. And that definitely helped me. Like, okay, now I can't drag on the fact that she has autism. Now
No,
I
I
got to
have to
give her,
accept it.
and then give her all the guidance and the tools and the ability to talk one day, because I know she could. I know that it's something that we could get past. It's just like
It's a speed bump.
yeah, speed bump, exactly. And honestly, the lack of communication has, in a sense, magnified other things about her. Like I was explaining to you earlier, her art. Like you could show her the picture that you took of us sitting here, and she'll draw everything, like the Hot Wheels,
All the details.
the board, the dinosaur, like
No way.
yeah. I'm like to the details on the posters. You know, obviously they're not like extremely accurate.
Yeah.
Colors are there.
That's how she sees it.
The image is there. Like for instance, you'll see like, oh, that's a poster in the corner with what looks like a car and what looks like a shark coming out of it, and the colors are all correct, and like definitely far past the art that other first graders are putting out.
Mm.
You know, so like, you know, it has magnified other things, like reading too, story time. That's her absolute favorite.
No way.
I read a book to them every night, and I always buy books. We have boxes and boxes of books, and then you gave me a box of books too. Like we have just the most immense collection of books.
That's awesome.
So like story time, like sometimes I can't get out of the room until I read like 3 or 4 stories, and I'm like, all right, it's time now. And you know, I have dyslexia. I've never been a school oriented person. So in a sense, like reading the first grade book and then going to the second grade book, it's helping me too, you know? It's not a bad
Hey,
thing.
we're all learning.
I'm like, I love it. Let's go. Like my lack of reading, like you guys ain't judging me if I say a word wrong.
They won't know.
It's like when you read out loud to the class, you're like, oh man, I messed that one up. Like they don't even know.
It's funny. I'll talk about it. Like at first on the podcast, I used to talk about like badass dad stories, right? And I was reading them, and then after watching all the footage, I'm like, dang, you're a bad reader. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, let's not do reading no more. Hey,
Stop the read along.
It's accepting where you excel and where you don't.
Yeah, it's funny too, because like, honestly, I think it was sometime this week we had gotten 2 new books, and one of them was a little more advanced for like a 3rd grade or 4th grade level, you know. And I'm like reading it to them, and I'm like, man, by the time these girls are in high school, I'm gonna be good at grammar. I'm gonna be good.
I
I'm gonna
got
read
you.
myself. Yeah.
And it's funny because it does help, and you're growing with them.
Yeah, exactly. And at the same time, I want to be like, I'm sure every dad does, you know, like able to help them with their homework.
Yeah.
Able to, you know, get a problem solve, or, you know, like, and of course, talking to like school wise, education wise, and like obviously in life in general, I want to help them, but like giving them life advice, I'm not too worried about. You know,
I got that one.
Yeah, giving them school advice, they're like, oh, I made it to 10th grade.
Yeah, that's the difference between book smart and street smart.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a high school dropout.
You didn't graduate?
No, I didn't graduate.
No way.
I'm a high school dropout.
Okay. And you're self-employed, eh?
And self-employed.
You're doing a good job.
Making the best of it.
You have to.
I'm not self-employed because I'm a high school dropout, though.
No, of course not. But the goal is always to be successful.
Exactly.
And you're doing it, bro. I think you're definitely doing it.
Yeah, I might not be successful right now, but to me, it's success.
Dude, you're raising 2 daughters. You're already successful.
Exactly. Yeah. It might not be like the financial success, but I feel like I don't even, like, I'm rich, you know, I'm so rich.
It's rich in love.
Exactly. It's funny because I always think about, you know, it's a thing Bob Marley says whenever they had asked him like in an interview, probably like early 80s, or they're like, oh, how does it feel to have like riches and be rich? And he's like, what are you talking? Riches? What do you mean riches? Riches is my family, and riches is, you know, love and like,
Health.
you know, health. Yeah. He kind of goes into that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty rich right now. I'm doing good. You know, and also that helps with the emotional stuff, you know, because like if you could outweigh the stress and the anxiety and, you know, those days where you just want to cry, or like, you know, especially as a single parent, it's not easy, like single mom or single dad, you know, there's just those days where things get really hard, and having that, like, it outweighs it, you know, in other words, you know, like just being able to accept that regardless of how you feel, like I said earlier, I am so rich, I have so much, like, maybe I don't have the materials, but I have all the love in the world, and that overpowers any material any day. Yeah, it's like I can replace the materials. Yeah. I can replace the bond I have with my daughters, you know.
Like when you get home and The first thing they see you, and they want to run to you.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's like well, because I pick them up from school and stuff since I have them in the after school program. But that feeling of like they page them like, Margot, Marina, come out, your dad's here, and then they like open the door. Dad! I'm like, you guys see me here every day, but every day it's the same. It's like, Dad!
The excitement.
And then my 6-year-old, who's the autistic one, Marina, she'll start to cry like, oh, Dad, I missed
of
you.
happiness. Aww.
It's so funny. And like at first it would make me like, oh, I missed you too.
All emotional.
But now I'm like, you're such a nerd. Because I can see she's faking it. Like she'll like force herself to tear up and be
so
like,
not real tears.
Yeah, like alligator tears, the crocodile tears, or what do they call them?
That's funny.
Yeah, but that's part of the riches, that's like
100%.
Yeah, that's part of like, oh my God, look at what I have. Like my daughter is willing to put on this show because of how much she loves me and how excited she is to see me.
Yeah, that's a great feeling.
Yeah, you know the feeling when you get home. Like you said, you get home to your kids, your son runs up to you, Dad, Dada. You're like, what's up?
Oh, yeah.
And some days it's not like that, because we work, we have all these things. And sometimes you want to go home and just rest. But then you hear that little voice, you hear that, like, you see the joy in their eyes to see you. And like, for me, all that goes out the window. I'm like,
Dude,
you know what?
It recharges you.
It does. Absolutely. It's like the Tesla supercharge, like, all right, let's go. I got another 10 minutes in me, baby. Let's
go. That's funny.
And at my house, earlier I talked about like my stepdad, who was really, good with me and stuff like that. So part of that was like, he roughhoused with us a lot. But that taught me so much confidence. Like when I was in high school, I was on top of the world because Bob taught me confidence, And in a sense, you don't think that, but I know for a fact that, like, oh, I could wrestle with Bob, or like he slams me and like, oh, I get up and like.
There's a study. It does give you confidence.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. It brought so much confidence to me. So my house is pretty wild. Like you said earlier, the 2 boys, 2 girls, like. My girls are wrestling.
You're all, my girls will take your boys.
I'm like, these are the diva twins right here.
They have their own little wrestling belts.
My little sister's like, or not my little sister, my older sister will call me and hear the girls in the background. She's like, you got WWE natural.
Yep, I do.
Pretty much. And then we got all Tempur-Pedic mattresses.
Okay.
So they're just like, boom, slamming each other. I'm like, girls, you guys gotta relax. Like, it's soft, Dad. It doesn't hurt. I'm like, yeah, but still.
One of you guys is gonna get hurt.
Yeah, Margo already broke her arm.
Wrestling?
No. She fell off a trampoline. But like boys, man. I'm not kidding you. But I guess having a father as their, main primary figure, they're just like, we want to be like Dad.
No, that's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And on the same topic of like, I don't want to like keep lingering on, but as girls, like we started with autism and now we're going into like, I don't know, but either way, okay. So
this is still dad talk, bro.
As girls who have a dad, like as me, and then I'm also like super into cars and stuff like that. So by the time Margot was 5, she already helped me change a transmission on a car.
Oh, no way.
Like fully down there, like I obviously safely, and like, I had a transmission jack and the car was properly hoisted up, and like, but she's like fully involved in like, knows what a socket wrench is, knows what like pliers are or a screwdriver. Like my truck, the last truck that I just flipped, fully involved in helping me. We did the AC system. I did the injectors on it, injector cups, and all 35, 40 hours that I put into working on that truck, 90% of the hours she was there, like right there with me,
You know what? That's one of my fears. Like every time I get in my garage, I don't want the kids there because I feel like they're going to get hurt. I don't know how you do it.
I guess as a single dad, that's not an option. It's like I either have to be inside with my kids or I have to create this space for this vehicle that I use every day to get to work that I have to fix myself because I can't afford a mechanic. So I have to create the safe space for my daughters to be involved so I could do the repair because that's my option,
That's your only option.
Exactly. Obviously I could probably save up money and try to, but since like,
no, obviously you want to do it yourself.
yeah, and the whole part of like flipping the cars and flipping trucks is because I want to put the mechanics in myself and make the profit.
Yeah, yeah. if you're buying a car for somebody else to fix,
Yeah, there's no profit.
there's no profit.
Yeah. So it's not like, and obviously I could probably do other things like, oh, you don't have to flip cars, but that's one thing that I love. That's one thing that I want my kids to grow loving with me.
What if she tells you, but Dad, I like that one. I like that truck.
The truck, they don't want to sell it.
Oh, no
We
way.
went for, I have the video on my phone. We went for our last drive, and they're like, our last drive. I'm like, yeah,
What are
baby,
you
because
talking
someone's
about?
going to come by today. What? Like,
She got it attached to it?
Oh, yeah.
No way.
She's like, I want a truck like this when I go to school, Dad. I'm like,
Oh.
all right, we'll get you one. Don't worry, baby. We're going to build you one.
A 7.3?
Yeah, 7.3. I'm like, yours will be better, though.
Dually.
Yeah. I also don't mind them driving an old truck. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Old car, safe, a lot safer, bigger, heavier duty.
Hey, they don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, that's for sure. A 7.3 is a beast.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, anyways, my daughters, that, they absolutely love. And like I said, it's not necessarily an option because I get what you're saying too. I think if I had the partner, I probably would maybe have a different mindset about it.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, it's my therapy. So to have my kids there, it kind of like, it gets in the way of like what you're trying to accomplish, the time. Like realistically, it's like, I could do this job in 2 hours. But like now I have to calculate the time with my daughters, pausing for lunch, washing hands, feeding them. If one of them gets like a splinter on accident or like, like there's like
That 2-hour job now turned into...
it's an 8-hour job, like a 6-hour job, because part of that job is making sure that my kids are safe. And, that's like, it's involved in it,
You
because
have
I don't
to,
have
you
that
have to.
option.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah. And even if I did have that option, I think now that I've experienced it, I don't think I would change it, because my daughter loves wrenching. She's like, Dad, I want to work on my bike.
Oh.
Give me a wrench. All right, let's do it, baby. What do you want to do? Like,
And she knows what the tools are for.
yeah, exactly. She'll get like the adjustable wrench and like and
Until-
put it on her
until
little
it fits.
bolt. Yeah, dude. I'm like, that's right, girl. Like,
Lefty
Yeah.
loosey, righty tighty.
one thing I want to teach her are like socket sizes, but she's still learning numbers. And she's still learning. So I'm like, all right, start getting your numbers down, baby. Then I'm gonna teach you the sockets. All right.
I mean, the metric system's easy.
Yeah.
But then once you get to...
Quarters and eighths and 5/8. It's a little. I mean, it's not that hard, but
Are you pretty good from an eighth up?
because of my history, yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that. That's a good joke. Yeah, I don't know how to recover from that. All right, let's see what else we could talk about. All right, what have you stopped buying yourself? Because you have a family now.
Believe it or not, I bought 2 packs of underwear for the first time in like 5 years the
Hell
other
yeah.
day, dude. Like yesterday, because I'm going on this trip. I'm like, I can't be going in my holy cantones.
These have holes.
But a lot of stuff, man. Like, and also too, like before I'd always get like the fancy boxers and the fancy socks and like, yeah, Hanes will do, baby.
Anything as long as they work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dude, I'll end it. Sean, I just wanted to tell you thank you, man. Thank you for coming over. I know this was a trip, but I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see you succeed. And I don't know where you get this crazy energy from, but I love it. And send some this way, man. But you're doing a great job, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I wish I heard that more often because I always criticize myself. I'm my hardest critic, as some
Well, that's what they say,
you know?
right? That's
Yeah.
definitely what they say. And that's what I want this for. I want dads to know dads are definitely appreciated. And I mean, you're doing it all. You're doing all the hard work. And those girls will, I mean, the internet's forever, right?
Yeah,
So they're going
absolutely.
to see this.
I know, that's good.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you know, like, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
But they're gonna realize it eventually too. Like, I know that in the long, because like the amount of gratitude, not love, because I love both of my parents. Like, I want to say equally, you know.
yeah.
But the amount of gratitude that I have for the things that my mom has endured, or me and my brothers and sisters as kids, like I feel like hopefully that I get that same gratitude in return from my kids.
I'm 100% sure they're gonna see it, or you'll get it, but it's gonna come later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Look at all of you
They're
are
in their
in-
20s, like, oh man, Dad, you had it rough.
Yeah, but they won't experience it until later.
Yeah.
Like when they get their first job and they're like, I worked how long for
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, I love you girls. I love you, Sean. Thank you, man.
Love you, Primo.
Thank you. Sean, I got one last question. What advice would you give to a new dad?
If I had any advice as a dad to give to a new dad, follow your heart through fatherhood. Don't second guess that voice in the back of your head, and that it may not be relevant to everyone, but I feel like leading fatherhood with love and your heart is going to be the one thing that'll get you through it all.
And guess what? Now you get to pick a Hot Wheel. It's yours. Take one.
Whoa.
And make sure you show it.
Nice.
Well, I already know which one I'm gonna take.
I don't have a Maserati in my collection. Or this Maserati.
Thank you, brother. Love you.
Thank you too, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
everything can be edited. They're digging into you.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see the little rings around.
Yeah, you could. Everything good, bub? Because I'm so pretty.
There's only 10 ices.
That's why I want to go to Tennessee. Yeah.
If I can't give you a fender.
Break my heart.
Oh, it's just a logo that
It's
you
just a logo,
have.
yeah. Feeling cute, might delete later.
Yeah, for sure. Always deleting later.
I hope one hits, man. I hope one hits.
This is gonna be the one.
That's it, dude.